Welcome back to Thunderbolt Lanes in Allen Park, Michigan. PBA League rolls on. It's the LAX and the Brooklyn Styles. LA is on the board. All teams in the PBA League in pursuit of the Elias Cup. We have doubles action now. Mika Koivuniemi and Parker Bone III teaming up for the LAX in this doubles competition, also for 1 point. Opening shot for Mika. Cloud down, 10-pin strike.
Now remember, alternate shot, the player gets up, throws a shot. If he knocks all 10 down, his partner will get up and throw the first ball of the next frame. So right now, these players are looking to just strike. So take a look at the player we affectionately refer to as GOAT.
The greatest of all time, 47-time titleist.
You see that? That's how you tip a four, baby.
Guys, give me some skip. I was going to say, does he think we haven't seen that in 25 or 30 years out here?
Only 30 years worth?
I was going to say, is that the first time we've ever done that?
First time.
How about time?
A couple of Hall of Famers going at it, Walter Ray and the Brooklyn Styles up off the bench. Now Styles' teammate, Jason Sterner. Ball comes up just a tad high, 4-pin.
So now his partner, Walter Ray, has to step up and shoot the spare. We call this Scotch doubles.
God, that was left.
Walter Ray, dead-eye, cleans up the 4-pin.
Wow, glad you're paying attention.
Yeah, I was like, I'm asking him.
Hall of Famer Parker Bone III now steps up for the LAX. Attacking the 42-foot oil pattern, dyed blue. And 7-pin.
You was talking about that?
All right, buddy.
Well, you were happy with that.
Well, this ball just hits a little soft for Parker Bone III. You can see the 4-pin going to the sidewall and just kind of laying there. Mika will get up and clean up the spare to keep the match even. And then Parker will step up and throw the first ball in the left lane. Look out.
Oh, open frame, missed single pin.
Don't leave it any good.
I won't.
You know, Mika prides himself on being a great spare shooter, and this is just a poor shot. And to miss the 7-pin in the left gutter is just a mistake and a mental mistake. I'm not sure how many spares he shot at in practice.
Strike for LAX.
I figured you'd like that.
Beautiful shot there as we take a look at the oil pattern. Remember, 42 feet in length. You could just see the light areas of that blue where the bowling balls have been going down the lane. And, you know, with each ball that's thrown, except for plastic or rubber bowling balls, these bowling balls absorb a small amount of oil with each throw. That's what creates those streaks in that blue oil.
Sterner up in the 3rd frame. He splits the 8 and a 9 for a strike.
This Jason Sterner's got a lot of game. He had a breakthrough season last season, winning his first title. And
that was at last season's Don Carter Classic right here at Thunderbolt Lanes, where Sterner met up in the title match with former Player of the Year Wes Vallot. But there was no beating Sterner on that day. He rolled strike after strike, trying to become only the 23rd player to ever bowl a televised 300 game.
Looking for the perfect game to win his first PBA title. Can he do it?
no! Oh my! Randy!
What a shot, dude. What a shot.
Walter Ray Williams Jr. has never bowled 300 on television, but he did manage a 299 back in the 1993 Long Island Open. And a 10-pin.
Too much move.
And that was a lot like the shot that Parker threw when he left the soft 7. Walter Ray leaving the soft 10. Watch the second pin from the right. It's going to do exactly what Parker's 4-pin did. It's just going to go to the sidewall and lay there dead.
Sterner picks up the spare. Alternate shot Scotch doubles. The LAX are up over Brooklyn 1 point to none. 1 point available here. 1 coming up in trios. 3 points in the team competition.
Well, this may have been a blessing in disguise because now this puts Mika on the right lane. If Mika strikes here, it's going to put Parker throwing the first shot on the left lane, and Parker's reaction looks much better on the left lane.
Mika in the pocket.
Well, that's a nice way to make up for the open frame.
Interesting that Andrew Kane went with a left and a right combination here.
They had to have seen something in practice, Mike. I mean, it's the only way that you draw this up. And, you know, if Parker didn't have a very good ball reaction, they would have saved him just for the team event.
Manager Andrew Kane looks on, adds a strike. Dialed in by Parker.
Did you mention the fact that Andrew Kane's left-handed? Went with the southpaw?
Yeah, okay.
Good point.
It's fine there.
Lefties stick together. Brooklyn Styles trail here in the match and in this game. It carried.
Well, he tripped the 4-pin last time on that lane and went soft 10 on the left lane. But now he gives his partner a chance to take the lead here with a strike on the left lane. Jason Sterner, again, very impressed with his game and his moxie. He's got all the ingredients that you need to have to be a champion on the PBA Tour. Great game and a great mind. As you take a look at the new and improved Johnny Petraglia LT48. That's just a great shot there.
And Randy, that LT48 playing a significant role in the history of bowling.
Boy, when I was a kid, before I got on tour, I used one. And just great to see that back. Hey, when we come back, we're going to talk a little bit about the difference between power and finesse. Hey, stay with us. Lots more to come here in Detroit.
Welcome back to Thunderbolt Lanes and the PBA League. Quarterfinal action between the LAX and the Brooklyn Styles. Let's meet LAX owner Chris Paul, the 7-time All-Star point guard for the LA Clippers. Paul, well known for his accomplishments on the court, but it's no secret that he loves the lanes as well, doing everything he can to promote the sport of bowling. Paul is an ambassador for the USBC and hosts his PBA Celebrity Bowling event every year, which he's won twice with partner Jason Belmonte.
To tell you the truth, when I travel on the road during the NBA season, there may be more fans of the fact that I'm so into bowling than the fact that I play basketball.
And speaking of Belmonte, he and Walter Ray Williams Jr. are the subjects of today's Track Tech Talk.
Well, before we went to break, I was talking about power and finesse, and when you take a look at these two players, you couldn't be at either end of the spectrum or any farther apart. Here is the power move for Jason Belmonte. Look at how the elbow is bent at 90 degrees. Now go ahead and roll it. And watch that elbow and wrist snap to a straight line at the bottom. That's what creates revolutions. Well, this is old school. Notice no bend in the elbow. Much more accuracy involved with this shot, but you have to be because you don't have the rev rate to cover the boards and to create a wider margin for error at the arrows. And the classic follow-through and style of the finesse player, Walter Ray Williams Jr.
2 ways of getting the job done. As we roll on here, doubles match. LA currently leading this matchup 1-0, and a tight match here in our Scotch doubles portion of this PBA League matchup. Kobanemi for LAX to take the lead. And he crumbles the 4 and the 10. Nice break.
Almost high.
Boy, how quickly you forget about a missed spare, but remember Walter Ray said he could trip the 4 with the best of them early on, and right there Mika just kind of stuck it in his face a little bit by tripping the 4-7-10 out. Now Parker Bone back on his good lane, the left lane. I think this is lethal now for the Brooklyn Styles. And the reason why I say that, Mike, is because LAX and Parker Bone III's bar reaction is so much better on the left lane than the right lane. They've got this combination of alternate shots set up perfectly right now, and they've proved it with a 5-bagger.
Brooklyn trails by 18 pins. Walter Ray can cut into that lead here for Brooklyn, 7th frame.
That's how you do it.
How quickly he
Everybody's
forgot about the
tried
trip
that
4 on that lane.
Everybody carries touches, right?
Not everybody. I like the percentages better.
See that shot just inside second arrow, and it ends up with 10 in the pit.
You mentioned inside second arrow. There's 2 parts of the lane.
Inside second arrow on the right side.
And that is outside second arrow. So the outside part of the lane and the inside part of the
Well, he's inside because he's left of the second arrow. Outside would be right of that. Hey, Mike, don't argue with me. I'm the expert.
That you are, 13-time winner and Hall of Famer Randy Peterson.
Speaking of experts, this guy, Sterner's becoming an expert at throwing strikes.
So LA now trails by 2 pins, 1 point to the winner. Overall points leader after this match will advance in the PBA League.
Mika's going to move left on this shot. Last shot drifted high. Didn't move enough.
Fast 8. And the 4-7 remain.
Trouble for them now, you know, the difference in this match is that missed spare in the second. Now their lineup's going to change, meaning that Parker's going to get up and shoot this 4-7, and then Mika's going to go back to the left lane. This guy hasn't missed a spare since Moby was a minnow.
I did feel better when
That's how
it
good he is at shooting spares.
Andrew Kane, manager for the LAX. Member of Team USA, so he's very familiar with team competition. Has been president of the national governing body of bowling since 2012. Also the West Region Player of the Year back in the 7-8 season.
Hey.
Mika strikes in the foundation frame. Sets himself up for his partner.
I like that lane more.
Well, you hear Mika say he likes the left lane more. The problem is so does Parker Bone III, and Parker's got to finish the match on the right lane. It's a big shot coming up for Walter Ray Williams Jr. He could set up partner Jason Sterner right here and basically seal the deal. Right now, trouble for LAX. Brooklyn Styles in the driver's seat. It's all coming down to the 10th frame with this next shot by Jason Sterner.
The greatest of all time sets up Jason Sterner. 3 previous career television finals appearances, all in the 2012-13 season, earning his first career title right here at Thunderbolt Lanes, 10th frame.
He needs a strike and good count, and they'll shut out LAX. Well, Walter Ray's going to get up and clean this up. watch the teammates. A little reminiscent of our singles match with Sean Rash on that lane, leaving 10 pins.
Come on, Jason.
Well, the best they can shoot now, 239 LAX, and Parker Bone III can get up in the 10th frame and strike out to shoot 246, earn another point for LAX. All on that man right there, Parker Bone III. That's enough. That forces Parker to get a double in good count. First strike puts him in the 230s. The second puts him in the 240s. Remember the last time he had to throw a strike ball on this lane, Mike J. Flat 7 back in the second frame when Mika whiffed it.
No flat 7 there. Strike for LA. And the X have an X, and now a chance to go 2-0 over Brooklyn.
Mika said he likes the left lane better. He struck there in the 9th. Now he has to strike here. Last two shots have both been high on this right lane for Mika Koibuniemi.
Oh, and a flat 10.
Game over. He moved and went high, and then moved again and went light, leaving the soft 10. Brooklyn Styles now on the board with 1 point.
Parker Bone just maintaining his strike practice there. The extra pinfall not necessary as we have an even match. Brooklyn, LA, a point apiece. And when we return to Thunderbolt Lanes, our first look at trios in the PBA League. PBA League rolls on at Thunderbolt Lanes in Allen Park, Michigan. And this Barbasol close shave of the day.
Well, it came down to the 10th frame, and Parker Bone III did his job. He got up in the 10th and threw a beautiful strike here. Remember, LAX needed a double, and now it was Mika's turn. He said he didn't like the right lane, and he proved it.
So the match evens up at 1-1. A close shave for Brooklyn. Getting set for our trios competition, and Kimberly Pressler stands by laneside. Kimberly.
Johnny, right now the game was tied up 1-1. LAX won the first match. You guys won the doubles. You guys are heading into the trios. You've been watching the lanes. What is your plan of attack going into it?
Well, the right-hand lane is finishing a lot harder than the left-hand lane, but we're still going to have Sean start the match. I really, as great as Walter is bowling, I still want Sean to be able to throw the ball in the 10th frame on the right lane, which is the one that he likes better, and that's why we worked it out that way.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thanks, Kimberly. This year is the 20th anniversary of a very big day in Johnny Petraglia's life. The event, the 1994 PBA National Championship, where then 47-year-old Petraglia was competing against none other than Walter Ray Williams Jr. in the second match of the day. But beating Walter Ray wasn't the big story. Petraglia had a chance at a 300 game and a $100,000 bonus.
I can't think of anybody finer to win at all.
Match in hand, $100,000 bonus if he strikes on this ball.
What an incredible moment. The 7th televised 300 game in PBA history. When we come back, Johnny Petraglia sends out the man he beat in that historic match, Walter Ray Williams Jr., along with Sean Rash and Tom Smallwood to face LAX's Jason Belmonte, EJ Tackett, and Andres Gomez in trios next.